We're broadcasting live from Eudora, Kansas, home of the Cardinals, as Labette County has traveled just a couple hours north for the second time in the last year, or within the last half year actually, as Labette County's men's basketball team played Eudora in the spring in the sub-state championship game, so we are no stranger to the campus of the Cardinals. But before we dive into our pregame show brought to you by Tank Connection, we'd like to invite you to listen in to tonight's pregame interview with head coach Sean Price. School, as I believe the national anthem is about to be played. As I guess not. As we'll go ahead and dive into our pregame show, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm Jack Leake, joined alongside by John Kohler, as always. As John, it's kind of another one of those post-season games for Labette County, as it is the national anthem. So we'll go ahead and step aside for 2 minutes and return with our pregame show on KLKC Parsons. As we now officially welcome you into our pregame show here on KLKC, sponsored by Tank Connection, I'm Jack Leake, joined alongside by John Kohler. John, we'll dive in. We're 8:45 away from kickoff. John, you get, if you're Labette County in postseason in recent history, you get Miege 2 times, you get Tonganoxie, you get Baser, Linwood last year, and now you get Eudora. It's just never easy, and it's not going to be when your regular season record is what it is, but you know, it's just another demon Labette County is going to have to try to exercise tonight here on a turf field just in front of us. How can they put Eudora to the test? How can they come in, shock the league, and make this a competitive game and rattle some people tonight?
Well, it's going to be the same as any other football game, really.
Sure.
Ball control, eliminate penalties, and make tackles, really. I mean, that's all it comes down to, not letting another team have a chance to break tackles and make big plays happen. You bottle them up, and you take what the defense gives you, too. Now, I'm not sitting there saying, you know, just throw these 5-yard hitches the whole game or whatever, but be smart with the play calling, that's for sure. Be aggressive, but also play within your limits. Run what you're good at, and go away from whatever you are just terrible at doing. So, if you're the Grizzlies, you do that, you feel like you got a decent chance.
As last week we saw a Labette County team that hasn't been familiar to us this season. Labette County really did lay an egg at Chanute last week. Chanute's the number 1 seed in the 4A bracket, but they didn't perform Labette County the way that they wanted to, or even fans expected them to at Chanute. You fall 50-20, and 14 of those 20 points came in the second half. You know, late, running clock, maybe playing some backups for Chanute, whatever. But the moral of the story, Labette County did not play very well last week, John. They looked tight. They didn't look ready to play. And this late in the season isn't a time whenever you want to kind of, crest the peak of that momentum, because this team had played really well. They had beat Independence, put up 30, could have beat Coffeyville at home. You beat Fort Scott. They've won 2 of their last 4. But how do you come off of probably your worst game of the season and keep your heads up tonight against a team that is right there with Chanute.
Oh, Monday after that, that terrible loss against Chanute, I think you just got to reset.
Yeah.
You got to come in. Like, I remember last year, we lost a lot of games, but we went into the next game not even thinking about last week, right? So you just got to go and try not to talk about it so much in practice and stuff. Just move on to the next week. So hopefully they've done that this week. They just moved on. They're getting ready for Eudora. Not worrying about Chanute or anything.
Right.
Chanute's such a unique team. We haven't played a system like that or anything. But Eudora, they're similar to what we have seen in the past. So you just got to forget Chanute, move on to Eudora.
As it could have been a good thing playing your best opponent of the season, Chanute, last week, and now you might play your second best opponent tonight. So, coming off of a tough game might make this one seem a little less brutal. Eudora, the Cardinals, on the other hand, are 7-1 on the season. Their last loss was here on this field on September 30th against Lewisburg, where they lost in overtime by 1 point, 28-27. But Eudora, John, what is unique about them is they had given up a few big points to teams. They had given up 28 to Ottawa. They lost. They gave 28 up to Lewisburg in back-to-back weeks. But their last three opponents, they've won them, obviously, and they've held them to 7 points, and Paola last week away to 0 points to Paola.
Yeah,
so this Eudora offense is no joke, and numbers show their defense is no joke. So Labette County's defense had been a staple in recent years, but this year maybe not so much.
No.
Kendall Holtzman's kind of been the show. 18 touchdowns, 1,700 yards. So how can Labette County make it mesh? One game tonight, make it happen. Offense, defense, can't turn it over. How can they do it?
I think as a team, they've got to come together tonight, On that defense, we've just seen a couple guys make plays. Everyone has to play.
Sure.
They have to rise to the talent that they're playing against, all right? They can't play down. They have to play up. They have to play beyond themselves. This has to be their best game of the year.
Sure.
Of their careers, probably. So, you're going against a Goliath right now. They're David. You got to do what you got to do to get this win.
Cody Hamilton is the leader of that defense, nearly 10 tackles a game at 9.8. Griff Eaton with 11 receiving touchdowns. Griff Eaton is just a record-breaking machine. He just puts up such high numbers. And Eudora, on the other hand, has a running back by the name of Octavius Lyles, wears the number 2 on his front and back. He's a senior, 5'9", 164 pounds, listed as a defensive back as well. Lyles averages 150 rushing yards per game, has found the end zone 15 times this year. Labette County, John, as you know, a former player for 4 straight years, has struggled with running into really good running backs in the postseason. Toganoxie had one that comes to mind. Wellington always has one. Chanute had Ty Leedy last week. These running backs are premier, elite running backs, and Labette County always has a problem handling them, specifically outside the tackles. So talk about sticking to your assignment and staying home, because if you do that, you can at least make contact, and Labette's even struggled with that.
Yeah, I think what you're going to have to do is you can't play as 5-man or 6-man. You're going to have to play 44. So 4 down linemen, 4 linebackers. You got to bring the safeties down, too. You're really going to have to load that box. All right, and you're just going to have to fly to the ball. You're playing against these teams with good running backs. They usually have good O-lines.
Right.
O-line's good, that running back's going to look really good. So you're going to have to find a way to handle, fill up gaps and stuff like that. But thing is, like I said earlier, you have to play together, right? If you're not going to be able to make a tackle on the guy, guess what? You got to force him back into someone who can. Now, I remember a couple years ago, we played Pittsburgh. They had Caden Barber. Our whole game plan that week was force him into your other guy. So you're going to have to do that tonight against Octavius Lyles. I think those two are very similar running backs.
As here's something interesting to point out. You talk about loading the box. My mind immediately went to, well, if you load the box, you'll get beat by the quarterback, which is Cole Manley, which you would rather Manley, the 6-foot-tall junior quarterback, beat you than the Lyles at halfback. But I looked at their plays this year. They have ran 317 offensive plays that have been either a run or a pass. Guess how many of those 317 plays have been a pass? 42. You saw my number, didn't you?
No.
He saw the number.
I did not. Nope.
So 317 plays, and they've ran it 275 of those plays. So if you load the box, I can still tell you where they're going with it. So that's not a bad defensive scheme, John, that you have brewing up there. As both teams make their way onto the field, Labette County in their road whites, gold trim, red numerals, Eudora in their home reds. As Isabel, you're a graphic design person. What would you call that? Burgundy? A burgundy red with white pants and black numerals. As Labette County will receive the opening kick. 12 minutes is pasted on the clock in the south scoreboard. It is a gorgeous night for football here in Eudora. A clear 61 degrees, 5-mile-per-hour wind out of the east. You can barely feel it. We're in the West press box, and it is a beautiful night for some high school playoff football. Lawrence Holt and Jamal Jackson back deep. Heels at the 14-yard line. Ball's teed up at the left hash at the 40-yard line. And we are underway from Eudora. It's a good boot. Backtracking is Holt. Heel at the 4. He'll catch it and go. Across the 15 left side, cuts it in, and he'll fall forward to the 22-yard line where Labette County will set up shop. And John, Labette County got the ball first at Chanute. First play of the game through an interception. You have no option. You cannot turn it over tonight. And if you do, you better force another one on them.
Yeah, that's for sure. So last week, as we saw, interception. Then as soon as they went down and scored, a fumble on the ensuing kickoff.
Yep.
So you can't come out with back-to-back turnovers. That is for sure if you want any chance at this game.
First play of the ball game. Trips right side, ball in the middle of the field. 4-3 front from the Cardinals. Holtzman looks to the sideline to get the play call. It's 1st and 10 if you're just joining us. Jamal Jackson is the halfback. Here's a give to him. Has a little crease, and then he's stood up near midfield, or the middle of the field, excuse me. Gain of 0, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, number 8, Errol Seaman, the sophomore, 6 foot, 175-pound linebacker. He found that hole, and he just lit up Jamal.
As play number 2 coming up, just 30 seconds to come off the clock. It is exactly 2nd down and 10, nothing going for Jamal, who has 2 touchdowns and is the lead back for Labette with 40 yards a game. Holtzman takes it. It's a 3-step drop, steps into it, whips it left side, and that's got to be interference, and it is! Intended receiver was Caden Blackledge, and they're going to call it on Kale Hammerschmidt, leads the team in tackles for the Cardinals.
The safety? Oh, dang. That's a number to keep an eye on. That's impressive. A safety leading the team in tackles. I know you see that sometimes at the upper levels, but that's because the D-line and linebackers are bad. But as we said earlier, this team in the past 3 weeks, they've allowed a total of 14 points.
Yeah.
So this defense is real good, so that's really impressive.
So 1st and 10, Labette County at their own 37. So a decent start for Labette County, as Hammersmith does lead them in tackles a game at 10.2. So Hammersmith averages double-digit tackles. 11:16 to go, opening quarter. Trips right side, solo left is Boyle. That's where Holtzman looks, hitch and go. He'll launch it, and it's incatchable. Out of bounds, 2nd and 10 approaching.
Yeah, it looks like he got caught up there on the 50-yard line. Wasn't quite able to get past the corner on the fade ball. But I like what we're seeing so far. You know, I know I said not to be aggressive, be smart with it, but that's a smart play call. I mean, it's a one-on-one on the outside, and he's putting the ball towards the sideline. He's not giving the safety a chance to run over and make a play on the ball. So I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from this Grizzly offense. Yeah,
it was a matchup you wanted to try to exploit. He's in about a 7-yard cushion on this play, but it was press coverage last play. 11:11 on the clock, 0-0. Labette County first possession of the game. Holtzman takes it, pressured, lets it rip to Boyle, and it's caught and then dropped! As Boyle was anticipating the hit from the backside, it would have been a gain of 11 and a first down for Labette. Boyle drops it, 3rd down and 10 coming.
You got it. You had the play right there. You got what you wanted. Just didn't execute. In this playoff game, in this moment, have to have those.
That's right. That is right. As Labette County has had some early momentum in postseason, we'll talk about that, and early in the games. Holtzman rolls out to his right side, and it's way too high for Eaton, about 2 yards shy of the sticks anyways, and that'll bring on the Grizzly punt unit, I would assume. And here comes Joe Page to punt it away. But what I was saying was, I remember 4 or 5 years ago, Labette County intercepted Bishop Miege early in the game. Cale Irwin Labette County almost scored in the first play of the game last year against Bayesier. We were talking about that on the way here. So some little, Labette County's had that opening 5 minutes going for them in the postseason.
Oh, yeah, I remember that freshman year at Bishop Miege, KO intercept. We held them scoreless for 5 minutes. Then it came like an avalanche. So we can't allow an avalanche to happen here.
Page boots it to the 33, and that is where it is caught across the 50, and he's upended. He tried to jump over the tackler. That was John Broadwell, who's finally healthy, played a stretch of games here towards the end of the season. It'll be 1st and 10 Cardinals at the Labette 47.
I think if he even had completed the jump over, the hurdle, I think it would have been marked down because I believe hurdles are illegal in high school football.
Oh, are they?
I'm pretty sure.
I did not know that.
I'm probably wrong, so if someone at home knows I'm wrong, I apologize, but I believe that's the rule. But yeah, anyways, as this Eudora offense comes on the field, we heard in the pregame show, they're just going to pound the ball down your throat. I mean, they're really going to punish you physically with the severe. I mean, they have good size at the running back position on the O-line. I mean, the big one you got to see, though, is the tight end, number 17, Jaden Ham. He's got offers from Michigan, Penn State, Tennessee, K-State, Iowa State, and he's committed to Arkansas. So Grizzly defense, find a way to get a stop.
There was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the kickoff return, so that'll back up the Cardinals to their own 38. Here is the first play of the game, and I think the ball came out, but Eudora fell on it. It'll be a gain of just 3 on the play, but that was an interesting set in the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I wasn't paying attention there, I'm going to be honest. I was kind of daydreaming. I apologize, but it's just a veer.
Yeah, it looked like a fumble.
It's just an outside veer. Just didn't get the ball in the belly or something. Got out. But, hey, if Labette gets on that ball, like we said, we start off really good in the playoff game.
They do. 2nd down and 7 for the Cardinals. Ball is on the right hash. The nose of it is at the 40-yard line of Eudora, who has possession. 6 seconds on the play clock. Same set for the offense. Give up the middle, and a bit better of a run this time. Still shy of the first down. Goes Lyles, the explosive back, with 15 touchdowns on the season and 150 yards a game.
Oh.
They're going to give him the first down, as that ball was a yard shy.
Interesting. I don't know.
Blatantly, obviously, a yard shy.
Yeah, Eudora's just coming out in this wing T set, but it's a more condensed wing T set because they have the receiver in more towards the tackle and stuff, so it's unique in that sense. Most of the times you have the receiver split out and whatnot, but Eudora is not doing that, so I don't know. I don't know what the whole point of that is.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Man in motion around the backside. They'll give it to Lyles. He's pulled from the horse collar, or it looked like it. They're not going to call it. Gain of 7 for Lyles. 2nd down and 3 coming up with 9:20 to go. We're tied 0-0 early in the first quarter.
Yeah, there's nothing special about this offense. I mean, you know where they're going to go with the ball every time. It's just doing your job. Filling that hole, not getting sucked in on something else.
Reminds me of Pittsburgh a little bit.
Yep, Pittsburgh runs this offense. Fort Scott used to run this offense.
They did.
Independence used to run this offense. We've played teams that runs this offense. A lot of teams do. It's effective.
Yeah, it's just keeping it simple. You never know where they're going to go with it. Heck, Manley might keep it and throw. We'll see what he does here. Same wing T set. He will give it again to Lyles. Burst up the middle, and he stopped for a short gain. He'll still get the first down. As I say short gain, it feels like a short gain. That was still a gain of 6 for Lyles, and a first down for Eudora at the Labette 39.
Yeah, this has a feel of like a Coffeyville game right now. The way they're just moving us on that line, push us down the field for 6-7 yard gains at a time. Just don't allow the big one. You allow these little short ones, make them take their time. Just don't allow the big ones.
2 shallow safeties for Labette County. Barrett Heston and Kagan Bates have done a fabulous job this season. They'll give it to Lyles again. Bigger gap this time. Lyles bounces it around to the left hash all the way to the 10-5 touchdown Eudora. Lyles was averaging about 7 yards a carry on 3 runs, and that time busted one open. You could tell it was going to come at some point, and it did right there. 6-0 Eudora, 8 minutes to go in the opening quarter. 16th touchdown of the season on the ground for Lyles.
Yeah, Lyles followed the hole his lineman created, It made an excellent cutback on Kagan Bates for safety there. He's a quick, shifty player. When you're that fast, that quick, that cut, it's hard to keep up with. So just can't allow that big push.
As the kick is down, and the kick is good for Eudora, so they lead Labette County 7-0. Here early in this one from Eudora, we'll step aside for 30 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
Seven to 0, Eudora leads it early as this kick goes out of bounds, sharp left across the Grizzly 30, and that'll make a penalty flag fly, and that'll give Labette County and Kendall Holtzman good field position for drive number 2, working south to north into just a slight breeze coming out of the northeast. As the first offensive possession, John, wasn't bad. They got a first down, as Matthew Boyle had a ball in his hands for a 12-yard gain and another first down at midfield, but dropped it. It happens, but the matchups are there as they have Boyle in single coverage again here on the near side with Wyatt Summers. Holtzman in the shotgun again. I believe that's Chandler Henson at halfback to the left of him. It is. Ball's at the 35, trips to the left side, Eaton in the slot along with Blackledge in there between Boyle. Here's the snap. It's a pass. Holtzman's hit from behind. Ball's going to hit the dirt. He tried to throw it. He was looking for Trey Vincent along the right side, but the contact made him throw it in the dirt.
I'll try to get a number on that. It's a weird distance we're at. The lights can't quite see the numbers all the way.
It is.
I don't know. I don't think that was 17. 17's coming over on this edge now. But yeah, the edge rushers for Eudora's defense is coming off clean.
Hurry up offense for Labette. They give it to Henson. A nice run for the freshman as he loses the football, and Eudora picks it up and is going to go all the way. Turnovers, you can't have them. And the freshman coughs one up there. He gets up hobbling. We hope he is okay. Left ankle may be right. Eudora scores again, this time a defensive touchdown. Ball security's been an issue for Labette County's young halfbacks as Henson is helped off the field. 13-0 Eudora now.
Yeah, it's just a tough break there.
That was a good run.
Yeah, Henson's such a good player, but I don't know if it had something to do with the injury there. I know you feel pain or something, you let go of the ball. It happens. So
second kick of the night is no good. Missed it left. So that'll extend the Cardinal lead to 13-0. We'll talk soon in 30 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Lawrence Holt and Jamal Jackson back deep at the 10-yard line to return this kick that stays in play. It's caught at the 16 by Holt on the far side. Across the 25, the sophomore goes. He's spun down at the 27. As John, man, it just seems like the same story. It feels like the Chanute game in many ways, but the turnover came on the second possession rather than the first.
So this time of year, you just run into a buzzsaw. I mean, there's not much you can do. You've run into someone that's that much physically bigger than you, quicker than you. It's just not much you can do when you go up against someone like that.
Grizzlies possession will start at their own 27.
First and 10 at their own 27. Labette with possession number 3. 7:40 on the clock, first quarter, 13-zip. Eudora trips left side. Here's the snap. It's a toss to the right side to Jamal Jackson.
There we go.
As he has a decent little gain along the far side. We'll see where they put him as he was just pushed out of bounds. They're going to say a gain of 1 for Jamal. Second down and 9 coming up.
Bounds by Eudora's Braylon Hoobler.
Yeah, nice little toss out there. Spread the defense out. Let Jamal run.
Short gain on play. Second and 9 for the Grizzlies.
As there's no safeties deep at all. The farthest defender back for the Cardinals is at the 35, and the line of scrimmage is at the 28.
I take a shot at Trey down here. He's getting
Yeah.
pressed.
Yeah, it's about 1 yard press coverage here. Holtzman pressured from the backside, forced to roll out to his right. He'll ditch this one. It'll hit the track.
Smart play by Holtzman there just to get rid of it.
3rd and 9 now, as these possessions just go by so fast, especially when you throw it. And Jamal, of course, ran it out of bounds, but 3rd down and 9, and hardly any time at all, 15 seconds maybe, has come off the clock on this possession.
And that's just because we're throwing the ball. And
Sure.
these edge rushers are coming in so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Blackledge is in motion. Jet sweep. They're going to let one fly to Trey Vincent. It's up in the air. Tries to reach out for it and can't retrieve. Defended by Christian Jarrett, sophomore corner. As it'll be 4th down and 9. As Vincent had Jarrett all over him.
Yeah.
And on comes... Oh, are they going to go for it? Nope, there's Joe. As Joe will come on to punt it away for the second time tonight. Labette has had the ball 3 times. 1 punt, 1 turnover, and another punt coming up.
Yeah, I feel like that one definitely should have drawn a marker or something, as he didn't have his head turned or anything. He wasn't playing the ball and impeded Trey's way to the ball.
Page with a good boot, spinning backwards, caught at the 46 of Eudora. Return man makes his way across the 50, coming to us across the right hash, across the Grizzly 35. Tries to cut it back in and reverse it, and then he's hit from behind, falls forward to the Grizzly 33. So 1st and 10 Eudora, a great return for Eudora. Adrian Seals on the return.
And Caleb Jeff Gardner.
Yeah, that one looked like it definitely had potential when he got all the way over here. I thought he was about to cut back and go all the way. He's such a shifty and athletic playmaker for this Cardinals team, so wouldn't have been otherworldly or anything. I'm sure he's done this multiple times this season.
Yeah, you can tell that he's done it all season, and I mean, yeah, he looks like Lyles out there. Same formation for the Cardinals on this possession. 1st and 10, here's the snap and a give to Lyles. He's tripped up and flies forward for a gain of 6.
Great discipline by these defenders for the Grizzlies, though. I mean, I just watched Roper Whitley stare down the quarterback and not even think about the dive. So, I mean, that's what you want. That's what Price is coaching them to do and stuff, and that's what you want to do. So as soon as you go, you bite on that dive, guess what's happening? He's going to pull it, and he's going to run on the edge clean. So
that's right.
Great discipline from this Grizzly defense.
They give him 7, so 2nd and 3, 6:30 to go first quarter, 13-0 Eudora. They just have one receiver out to the right side. Here is the snap, another give to Lyles. He has a lot of space, and Lyles is gone. Touchdown number 3 for Eudora. The second offensive one of the night as Lyles runs in for touchdown number 17 on the season. As, man, whenever you just run pretty much the same scheme all season, you get really, really good at it. And especially, whenever this is your 9th game of the year, you're dang good at it. And when you have a back like Lyles and an O-line like that, what else would you do?
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything if I had a team like this. Run the same dang thing over and over again.
Snap, hold, kick is no good, missed it right. So 2 missed kicks for Eudora, 19-0 they lead. Will return in 30 on KLKC Parsons.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Home team leads it. Unfortunately, we're in Eudora, so that means the Cardinals are on top. Lawrence Holt, Jamal Jackson trot their way to the 10-yard line. Again, as man, they're busy return men, John. Jamal and Lawrence back there returning kicks.
Oh, yeah, and they're quite good at it.
They are.
Oh, my God.
I'd like to see a little bit of reverse. We saw Chanute do it last week.
You know, honestly, we had the colors for it. I know, Kate, you did this a couple years ago. Have one of our guys lay down right on the letters, the white letters.
Camouflage.
Yeah.
It's a short pooch kick. Landed at the 35 and trickled backwards, which is what you want for if you're Eudora, but it was recovered by Matthew Boyle. Man, if you can find the soft spot in that kick return coverage, you can have a chance at getting it with it not being an onside, and Eudora almost got it.
Yeah, who's going to haul your team's pooch kick against us? I don't know what it is. They always choose the pooch kick against us.
They hardly ever kick deep.
Heck, but if I was going against Jamal and Jamal and Lawrence back there, I wouldn't want to kick to them either. The way they've returned the ball for us this year.
1st and 10, Labette with their best field position of the evening at their own 38. 6:16 to go, first quarter. 19-0 Eudora. Jamal Jackson gets the possession. We hope Chandler Henson is okay. Good protection for Holtzman. He'll launch it over the top. It's picked off. He was looking for Griffin Eaton, and it's picked off by the safety Hammersmith. Hammersmith across the 50, 45, pushed out of bounds at the Labette 37. So 2 turnovers for Labette in the last 3 possessions. Eudora looking for more blood with 6:01 to go. These possessions are just flying by for Labette.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just saw something on the side. Jamal Jackson got shoved after that play. I mean, clean. And Jamal's such a nice kid. I'm just going to stop before I go into a spiel or whatever. So
yeah, I'll catch you up there. I can agree with that. I guarantee you Jamal wasn't the one to initiate, as he's such a nice young man. So 1st and 10 Eudora at the Labette 37. Same set. Who they going to give it to? Lyles. Lyles makes his way across the 35, across the 30, and they'll say that's where he's stopped. 2nd down and a short 3 coming up for the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's going to be a long night, as I just saw Chris Stevens, our biggest defensive lineman, get drove down the field 10 to 15 yards. So when that happens to your biggest guy, it's impossible to get a push on the defensive front.
Yeah, as you can kind of use your best defensive lineman as a measuring stick when seeing how much you might get tonight or how much you might not get. And, yeah, if Stevens is being driven backwards, then Labette's front 7 could be in trouble. But we'll see, as I'm sure they'll hang in there. This time it's a pass, and it's a launch to the corner of the end zone. Incomplete, laying out for it on the near side. Man, it is hard to see those black numbers on that burgundy red.
I wonder if they'll revisit this in the offseason and try to figure out some different color scheme or something to go good with these. I like the burgundy color. I like it, but the black.
They need white numbers.
White numbers.
It was Adrian Seals, the intended target, as it was a good ball, the first one we've seen from Manley, just about 3-4 yards overthrown. He was open, though. Trey Vinson was on the coverage. Seals comes to the sideline for this possession. 3rd and 3, they're probably going to give it to Lyles. He's averaged about 7 yards a carry tonight. Well, more than that if you count the touchdowns. Lyles bouncing around across the 15. Lyles across the 10, 5. Touchdown, Eudora. His man Cole Manley About 5 seconds into that play when Lyles crossed the 20, Manley started trotting towards the sideline. As you can tell that this has happened for Eudora often throughout the season. That's touchdown number 18 for Lyles on the season. And the way Manley acted, this has happened many times to many different opponents, as he literally just turned and started trotting towards the Cardinals sideline before Lyles even scored. As here's another PAT. Eudora's missed the last 2 kicks. This one was a good kick, and it's good. So that'll make it 26-0 with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. We'll keep it here. Tonight's broadcast of Labette County Grizzly football is powered by Labette Health. Other sponsors include Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, USD 506, The Corner Store, Day and Zimmerman, and SEK Orthopedic. or 26-0, Eudora leads it. 5 minutes even to go. As yet again, Labette County set to receive a kickoff. That's a phrase I have said more than I would have liked to in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I guess they're used to it, though, right now, because 76 points in the past 4.5 quarters.
This kick lands at the 22 and bounces into the hands of Lawrence Holt. I believe is that a flag that flew in?
I don't know.
No, I don't think it was. Okay, it was a flag. So a flag on the return as Holt didn't get very far as he crossed the 23. We'll see what the penalty is. Usually it's on the return team, which is Labette County in this situation.
No, I think we're not so concerned with winning this game at this point, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. I think we're just trying to get out of here with no injuries. You go against this as big as they are, you just don't want to get hurt.
As Chandler Henson did roll his ankle a little bit ago, I assume that's what it was, is he was gimpy on one of his lower extremities, so we hope Chandler's okay. It was holding on Labette County on the return, so that'll back them up, set up 1st and 10 at their own 17 now, as they're in a similar hole as they were at Chanute, as I believe the score was somewhere around 26-0, about the same time frame at Chanute. Here's a good run for Jamal around the left bend. Jamal bouncing around the left hash. Gain of 6 for the freshman. By far Labette County's best run of the evening, and it comes in the hands of Jamal Jackson.
Yep, just a stretch play to the outside. Let Jamal find some room and found a crease, cut it up. Got a nice chunk out of it.
That'll spot the ball on the left hash. Eudora in their same defensive front as Jackson tries to get around the right side. Can't do it. He'll lose 4. So that'll make it 3rd and 7 for Labette County. 4:15 to go. 26-0 Eudora. First quarter. Wind still dying. Hardly any wind here tonight.
That's going to be a loss of 4 for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, this is really nice weather for football.
It's beautiful, man. 3rd and 7 it is for Labette County. You have to assume this one will go in the air. You have Blackledge and Trey on the left side. As here's a pass to the right, and it is, I believe it's hauled in. Matthew Boyle picks up a first down, makes up for the one that he dropped on the first possession of the game. So first down for Labette County. They make it. It's a gain of 10 out to the 30-yard line.
Yep, another comeback route. Right as man got past the sticks, stopped on the dime, Holtzman hit him.
3:30 to go now. Holtzman with a little bit of momentum now. Checks it down to Jackson, who is thrown down for a loss of 1 or 2 on the play. 2nd down and long coming up. 3:18 now and counting. They're going to say he got to the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
I wonder if we'll try a rollout or anything. I don't think we will, because just how dominant these edge defenders are.
Holtzman takes the snap here on 2nd down, and going up for it is Blackledge. Can't haul it in. Incomplete. 3rd and 10 with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, Holtzman really needs to get these balls down a little bit. I mean, he's leaving his receivers out there for dry as Blackledge. If he had even touched that ball, he was getting flipped. I mean, he jumped high in the air, and the defender came underneath. That's the scary sight. So
yeah, injuries happen when
Holtzman has to do his job to keep his guys clean and not throw any balls that kill shots. Don't let his guys get killed out there, really.
And it's always scary when you can see it coming where you're sitting at, but down there, sometimes those guys coming across the middle,
it's just
have no idea that linebacker or safety's coming right there. 3rd and 10 for Labette County. Eaton in motion, settles in the slot right side. Holtzman forced to roll out, throws it across his body, hits the dirt at the 43, incomplete. 4th and 10, again for Labette County. We'll see what Coach Price decides.
Punt it.
As you would assume, punt. Joe Page is over there getting ready, and on he comes. Labette County will punt it away again. They've yet to cross midfield and crack Eudora territory. 2:54 to go, first quarter, 26-0 Cardinals. Page back to punt, heel at the 20-yard line of his own. Page has punted well tonight, takes the snap, steps into it, and it is blocked. It's blocked, and it'll land at the 17, and not really returned, just kind of fumbles out of bounds, if you will. So it'll be Eudora football inside Labette County territory, or inside the red zone, I meant to say. At the 18 is nothing really is going for Labette County right now. It has vibes from last week's game, but you know, everybody keep in mind, Chanute and Eudora, the two best opponents we played all season. Circle, I would say, is right up there as well. But I mean, these are elite opponents with these senior-heavy squads. I mean, Lyles is a senior, Manley's a junior, Jaden Ham, commit to Arkansas, is a senior. I mean, these guys just have elite talent. As 1st and 10 at the 18, another pass. It's a slant that's caught at the 15. He'll fall forward to the 14. Brought down by Trey Vinson on the play, as it was caught by Adrian Seals. But yeah, John, I mean, these opponents are they're next level. They really are.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys are playing at the next level
as
well.
Yeah.
So there's a point in high school football where I know they say talent doesn't beat hard work, something like that. But there's a point where talent does. It truly does. I mean, there's just nothing you can really do.
Yeah, just physically, it's just, yeah. The demand is more than you can supply, but, you know, I guarantee you we'll see Labette County play all four quarters of this game like it's a close one. So just like right there's a run up the middle, and Lyles, I believe, is ripped down. I don't even know if he got the first down.
Yeah,
he might have got it. Yeah, as they're going to give it to Lyles. But that was a great play by Cody Hamilton underneath, as Cody Hamilton leads the team with 9.8 tackles a game. So it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line of Labette for Eudora. But a great play from the senior leader of this Grizzly front seven, Cody Hamilton.
Yeah, he's been the playmaker back there in that linebacking core all year for us. Manley
under center. Manley takes the snap. It's low, but he makes do. A throw to the corner, and it is caught, and it's going to be a touchdown. Eudora is on the coverage. I think was Barrett Heston. It looked like
it was great.
It was great defense.
Yeah, I mean, the way he turned his head there,
it was good D.
It's just a better ball, better catch. I mean, that's always going to trump good defense.
32-0 Eudora. I was trying to find a name. It might have been a good no call, but offensive PI was in the region of what was taking place from the receiver. I think it was Jaden Ham on the far side, as the kick is up and good. 33-0. Eudora leads it. 90 seconds to go in just quarter number 1. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Grizzly football on KLKC Parsons.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve the world. The Parsons, Kansas location has manufactured munitions for over 50 years for our country's warfighters. Day & Zimmerman has immediate openings for production operators starting at $18.02 an hour on our weekend crew. Work a 12-hour day shift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and receive 40 hours of pay. We also offer competitive benefits. Apply today.
33-0, Eudora leads it. 1:30 to go in the first quarter. Stands have really filled up here in Cardinal territory.
What is that noise?
What noise?
Holton Jackson back deep. The jet kickoff for the
The whole building is shaking right now. I don't know if you can feel that or not.
As this one's kicked out of bounds sharp again at the 30. And that'll spot the ball at the 35 for Labette County.
I didn't know if there was an airport near us or something. It sounded like a jet taking off.
As they have kind of two student sections. There's one in the south end zone, and then it looks like the main one is down here to our left in the northwest corner. As the student section in the end zone, I don't know if I've ever seen that in high school, but they look like pretty young kids down there. So maybe it's like a
Junior high.
junior high festival. Or that's kind of cool, though. I mean, I like that.
LC, take some notes.
Labette County sets up shop at the 35. Down 33. Just got to cross midfield and take it from there. Once you get in scoring position, then make something happen. Jamal Jackson's the back. He'll get it. Had a 7-yard run on the last possession. He's hit hard at the line of scrimmage around the left hash. As he just gets up, looks at the ref, gives him the ball, ready for the next play.
He's always ready to go. That's something. He bounces up so quick, tosses the ball to the ref, and just sprints back.
They give him a yard, 2nd and 9. Jamal runs awful hard.
And he's only a freshman. I think that's a really bright spot for us. That
Oh
running
my
back
gosh.
position. Himler Henson, Jamal Jackson. That's something that they're really gonna benefit from these reps they're getting this year.
3 receivers to the right. Jackson's the back. It's a pass. Holtzman will check it down to Eaton right side. Catches it at the 30. Nowhere to go. Loss of 5 for Labette. 3rd down and 14 coming up with 37 seconds to go, as there's a 1-second difference between the game clock and play clock. So they don't have to snap it before the end of the first quarter, but we'll see what they elect to do as they spot the ball at the right hash. They give him forward progress. It'll be 3rd down and 13.
Yeah, you just got to get the ball moving here. I know you struggled with it all night. Found some plays though, so you just got to find something that's going to work.
They do snap it. Holtzman pressured and dumped.
There's a comeback and go on the outside to Boyle, but there's just not enough time for Holtzman to really for the play to develop, as those edge rushers are coming off the edge so clean. They're getting Holtzman before he has time to even look up.
Not much time for Holtzman indeed. That makes it 4th down and 18 for Labette County. 0-0s on the clock to end the first quarter. Eudora leads it 33-0. We'll return in 60 seconds with second quarter action here on KLKC Parsons.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Joe Page on to punt again for Labette County. Coming in the play late to make it an even 11 players for Labette County was an offensive lineman, 58, not in the book, as this one's shanked out of bounds to the right side. That'll give Eudora the ball in Labette County territory again. Who's number 58, John?
For us?
Yeah. There's no 58 in the roster.
I'll have to go take a look.
Maybe it was 68.
That's
Maybe
Glenn
it was
Price.
Glenn. I think, yeah, it was Glenn. It looked
Sometimes
like
that
58.
5 or that
Yeah.
6 and like get
Yeah.
stretched out and look like a 5.
Mitchell used to wear 58, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Mitchell House, defensive end.
No, don't talk about him. He doesn't deserve the clout. Mitchell knows I'm joking. So Mitchell, if you heard that, don't come get me.
You better say you're joking, because Mitchell is you and me combined plus about 50. So, yeah. 1st and 10, Eudora at the Labette 43. It's another pass for Manley. He's wide open, but overthrown.
Goodness gracious, they have speed all over the place.
As he was looking for Seals again. Every time that Manley's passed, he's looked for Seals, and he's been open every time.
By a
But
couple
Manley's
steps.
just missing that touch by just about 3 yards on these deep passes. 2nd and 10 for Eudora. 11:51 to go, second quarter. They lead 33-0.
I mean, he's just so fast. I mean, he's an explosive athlete on the outside for them. I don't know why they've only thrown the ball 40 times. If I had a receiver
I
like that,
know.
I'd throw it to him almost every time.
Moving it. 2nd down and 10. This time Manley's under center. Manley takes the snap, gives it up the middle to Lyles. Short gain this time. Might be his shortest in a long time. That's a gain of 5 for Lyles.
Hey, it's 3rd down. You got a chance to get off the field here.
That's right.
That's better than letting them score, that's for sure.
Absolutely. As Manley's over here getting the play call from head coach Drew Steffen. 3rd down and 6. They give him a run of 4. So Labette County's best stop on Lyles, probably all game, honestly. 11:20 to go in the first half. 15 seconds on the play clock. Manley makes his way under center in formation as Seals is the receiver, the only one on the field, right side. Ball left hash. Here's the snap. Give to Lyles, left side, bouncing to the sideline. Across the 30, he's got the first pushed out of bounds by Roper Whitley. 1st down, Eudora inside the Grizzly 30.
Nope, another outside veer. Instead of the inside veer, though, this time. So a little bit change in the play call. Still the same concepts, though, really. Reading that edge defender, seeing if he's going to bite or stay back. That time, the Grizzly defense stayed disciplined, and he just found a hole.
Spot the ball at the 28-yard line. Left hash it is. Manley under center. 2 wings to the left and right side of the line. Here is the snap, and it's a slant pass. Way short, incomplete. As Lyles wasn't in the game on that play, as he was targeting Seals again, that receiver on the right side, as that was well short of Seals. Didn't even land near his feet.
Manley has struggled tonight throwing the ball for Eudora. He's not been able to hit his guys.
They've been open every time.
Yeah. I mean, other than the beautiful touchdown pass to earlier in the game, Manley has not looked very sharp. So who knows? If they aren't able to run the ball this well, we may have a ball game.
2nd down and 10. 10:44 to go in the first half. Manley takes the snap. He'll fake it up the middle, keep it himself. We have whistles that will stop the play. Flag on the far side. Might be a false start. It is. Back him up. 2nd and 15 for Eudora. That'll back the ball up to the 33.
I mean, when you're playing a team that comes out in a set like this, you can tell when they're going to throw the ball. I mean, all sense. I mean, you just look at the linemen. Normally, if they have their butts higher up and they're like, almost look like a track stance. Not really, but they get down nice and low like that. They can only go one way, forward. So they're just going to drive. On a pass, butts are going to be a little bit lower. Almost you're going to set back a little bit. So
that makes a lot of sense, John. I never would have thought of it that way. As Manley under center, it's going to be a pass to the right side, caught at the 36. Around the right side is Seals. Seals with speed. Seals still in bounds. Touchdown, Eudora. As I thought he was going to be pushed out before the 1st down, but Seals was just tight-roping before Labette County could cut him off. Touchdown, Eudora, their first passing touchdown of the evening, 39-0. Extra point pending.
I believe we're playing Matthew Jarman at safety tonight. We have Barrett Heston on the outside at corner. I just noticed that because Matthew Jarman was doing a cartwheel or something. I don't know what I saw.
He was doing a cartwheel when the other team scored a touchdown? Wow.
Well, there's a dude below him trying to get up.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Should have elaborated more.
Extra point is up and good. That makes it 40-0. Eudora will keep it here one more time. Remind everybody tonight's broadcast of Grizzly football is powered by Labette Health. Other sponsors of tonight's broadcast include Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, USD 506, The Corner Store, Day and Zimmerman, and SEK Orthopedic.
All right, I do have a score for us, as I don't have any of our league teams. I don't have their scores quite yet, but Parsons is losing at the end of the first quarter 21-0 to Girard. So that may be an interesting score to keep track of.
Wow.
I guess Girard is a legit team. I know they have a pretty good record this year. I don't think they've lost quite yet, so that may be a team that's making a deep run in the 3A playoffs.
As you can catch that Parsons game over on V93.5. Parsons and Girard. You're listening to 106.7 KLKC Parsons here, as here's a kickoff caught at the 23.
Ooh, hit a good one.
And I believe it's Lawrence Holt across the 30 to the 35. And that is where Labette County will set up shop.
Looks like Kagan Bates and number 8 down here are getting into it a little bit. Errol Seaman and Kagan Bates going back and forth at it. That's all I like to see out of this youth on our team, though. They're being competitive. They're just getting into, they're butting heads with those players. That's what you want to see. They care. That's what that means.
You
they
took
care.
the words out of my mouth.
So that's going to be something really good going forward for this team. Shows that we got some fight left in us.
Yeah, as you know, people look at this Labette County crew and think, or these freshmen, whatever, and think, oh, they're young, easy win, whatever. But the same freshmen that they're saying easy win to now are going to be the same seniors that they're thinking, man, this is going to be a battle, here in 4 years.
Run.
Here's a give up the middle to Jackson, as Jackson gains about 5, hops up, flips the ball to the ref, and he is already at Holtzman's backside ready to go again. Jamal Jackson's just making the most of what looks like it's going to be the last game for Labette.
Yeah, it was just an inside trap play. He found a seam behind his pulling guard, and he's bursted through the gap for a nice gain.
PA announcer says 2nd and 4, but the sticks say 2nd and 5. Another give to Jackson. Gains a few before he stood up and driven backwards. Still a positive gain for the freshman. 3rd down and short coming up with 9:45 to go in the first half.
A little bit shaky.
Getting up a little bit wobbly here.
I don't know who else our other running backs are. Maybe throw Hunter Shaplowski back there if.
Yeah, Cody used to run the ball a little bit. Or Cade. Was it Cade?
Cade did, and Shaplowski started a couple games for us in the past.
As Cade Cornett's out over there. Luke Ryan's been out since the Circle game, first of the year. Xavier Phillips is out tonight. 3rd down and 3 for Labette County. 9:15, clock's ticking. 4 seconds on the play clock. Holtzman turns his head, faces the center. 1 second, takes the snap. Blitz coming hard. He gets it off way too high for Vinson. As it was a good play call, Vinson might have been able to get the first down. Should have, rather.
As Holtzman is looking just unsettled back there. As these balls are airing out all over the place. He's not really hitting his guys in stride. As that's something we've seen all year. Yeah, I think just the pass rush has just been getting hit to him all night. He's been hit a lot and stuff, so it's kind of unsettled him.
Labette County's going to go for it on 4th and short. Clock stopped at 9:05. Labette County, 4th and 3. Holtzman takes it, and it is going to be batted down, but Holtzman gets the bat, and he's going to try to go forward as Holtzman is going to gain a half a yard.
I think he fumbled at that.
Holtzman's pass was, no, he threw it.
Yeah, I know, but after he caught it, I think he fumbled the pile.
Oh, I see, okay. Holtzman caught his batted down pass and gained half a yard, but it doesn't matter. Turnover on downs for Labette County. It'll be 1st and 10 Eudora at the Labette 43. As, man, Eudora, just about every time they've gotten the ball, except for a couple possessions, has been inside, if not well inside, Grizzly territory.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just a losing formula when you're letting the other team start on your 43-yard line.
As we have our first time out of the ball game, it'll be timeout Labette County with 8:58 to go in the first half. Labette County trails Eudora 40-0. We'll return in 30 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCradio.com.
Eudora with the football off of a Labette County turnover on downs. 1st and 10 at the Labette County 43. 7 seconds on the play clock. Here's the snap. It's another pass for Manley. Deep pass to the tight end. Overthrown again. Well, maybe this one wasn't quite overthrown, as it should have been hauled in, as it hit the hands of, I believe it was Jaden Ham, there around the 23-yard line, as he would have been gone. As John, every single time Eudora has chosen to pass, they've had a touchdown right there every single time. But Manly's just overthrown every one of them.
Maybe Manly's just used to them being more covered, I guess. I know that I don't want to make that sound like we're just doing a terrible
putting
job.
The ball in a safer position. Maybe,
yeah. So maybe they've played teams that have done a better job at keeping up with these guys, and it's just not used to these guys being so wide open. As easy as it may sound, it can be tough sometimes.
Here's a give to Lyles. Tries to bounce around the outside. He'll stay within the right hash. Good job by the Labette County defensive front. This time on the tackle, Hunter Shaplowski in on the effort. Gain of 4, 3rd down and 6 for Eudora across the Grizzly 40 to the 39.
Yeah, something a little bit different from this Cardinal offense, as it was a little toss to the outside. It wasn't a veer or anything. It was just a nice little toss to the outside. Found his pulling guards and found a little gain.
As the men in burgundy make their way to the offensive set, ball's at the right hash. 3rd and 6. Labette County with a good opportunity to get off the field for their defense. It's a pass for Manley. Whips it left side. It's a laser, and it's caught. He'll break a tackle. Speedy. Make a way around the 30. Across the 25. Pushed out of bounds near the 20. As it seals again. He is quick.
Yeah, Barrett was just barely able to get a hand out, catch his cleat, and trip him up. So you definitely got to make that initial tackle on the outside. Don't let him find a way to get some room and get his speed up. Don't let him accelerate, stop him at the point of contact.
1st and 10 at the Labette 20. Another drive in the red zone for Eudora. 7:43 to go. First half, they lead it by 40.
This one's a little bit different, though. They're not getting it in just 1 or 2 plays.
Right.
We're making them earn it.
Manley under center. It's a fake up the middle and a give around the outside, and he'll walk into the end zone. It's not Lyles this time.
Say Christian Jarrett, I believe, is what they called the announcer, the sophomore slot receiver for them. So the wing, I think they lined him up back there that time, and they're in the veer with him. So a new name. Maybe they're just finally like, hey, we got this win. Let's just get some different guys in.
Because that's why that offense is so lethal, especially when you have a guy like Lyles, because all eyes are going to be on him. As the kick is good, that makes it 47-0 Eudora. But, all eyes are going to be on Lyles. They give it to him 70-80% of the time. But that 20-30% they don't is where they'll kill you, because every time Manley's thrown it, he's had a receiver open. I get he's overthrown him. And we see it there. They don't give it to Lyles. Defense sucks to him. And then wide open, able to walk it in is Jarrett. So a wing set, in my opinion, is really underrated.
Wing T?
Or Wing T. I know Nebraska Kearney in the MIAA Pittsburgh State's division runs a wing formation with that TJ Davis at quarterback who can run it and pass. It just keeps the defense constantly, every single play, guessing. And I think it should be used more.
Yeah, I mean, it really attacks the defense's discipline and stuff. It stretches them out horizontally and vertically. So you get a big line and you run that, it's going to be pretty effective regardless.
There's always that one player that you're able to kind of make it revolve around. You know, for Nebraska Kearney, it's the quarterback Davis. For this team, it is it's Lyles. It's either the quarterback or running back. You got to have that piece to revolve around. Here's another pooch kick in the soft spot of the coverage. It's still recovered by Labette County. It's Matthew Boyle again. He recovered that pooch kick earlier in the first quarter, recovers this one again. 47-0, 7:26 to go in the first half from Eudora.
As they still have their starters out there. I wonder if they'll take them out at half, but...
As Chanute played their starters for a while.
Yeah.
Deep into the second half, it felt like, if I remember correctly. Holtzman in the shotgun, Jackson the back. He'll get the carry. He is hit hard at the line. Still going forward. Jackson's going to gain 2, and he was hit hard at the line. Jamal Jackson's in a different gear tonight.
Yeah, he earned every single inch of those 2 yards on that play. So he was hit initially at the line of scrimmage and he just kept driving his feet, finding a way to get those 2 yards.
2nd and 8 as we've passed the 7-minute mark. Matthew Boyle solo or receiver to the right side with Eaton in the slot. Holtzman takes the snap, pressured. He's elusive, dumps it over the top to Griffin. Eaton just out of reach as Eaton would have had a one-on-one for the first down on the far side as Holtzman did what we've known him to do when he's pressured, stayed composed, bounced it around, stepped up and rolled out, and almost delivered a bit of a shovel pass, if you will, to Eaton.
Yeah, and that's something we've seen all year. We're so close to having these big plays. It's just off the fingertips, a little bit too far.
3rd down and 8 for Labette County. Holtzman will throw it across the middle. It's batted down again by that Eudora defensive line. As if you just look at them, John, while they're standing rather than down in their three-point stance, those guys are tall.
I mean,
as that's Jaden Ham right there, who I think batted that one down. He's 6'6".
You can't teach 6'6". That's all I'm going to say. You can't coach 6'6". So our line just has to find a way. You know, that's all you can do. Put your head down, find a way.
Jaden Ham was a big piece of the Eudora basketball squad, which Labette County's boys team faced here in Eudora late last spring. Here's one returned by Seals across the 50, Seals across the 40, and slips as he was still going to cut it back towards the middle of the field. As in there on the tackle for Labette is Daniel Easley.
Oh, yeah, good for Daniel. His name in the stat book.
That's right.
Tackle.
As I still, my mind still goes to that touchdown he had. I think it was against Independence.
Parsons.
Or was it Parsons?
It was Parsons.
As he lined up kind of on the line, came off a chip block, ran a post route, and scored about a 30-yard touchdown, wide open. I still wonder why they haven't tried to do that a couple more times, as they've used Griffin the post, middle of the field's been open.
It's just the defense that Parsons ran. It was a cover one
That's true.
look, so...
Here is Manley back to pass again, whips it right side. Good defense by Trey Vincent. A flag flies from the back judge, but it's not near where the pass was, so it's not interference on Vincent. It landed near the trenches.
There we go. We got something positive going for us tonight. So I think we're winning the... Yeah, it was holding. I think we're winning the penalty battle so far tonight. So
definitely.
They're doing one of the things I said in the pregame show.
Yep.
Penalties.
That's right. As turnovers, not so much, as Labette County has thrown an interception, fumbled it, and had a turnover on downs. So 4 turnovers for Labette County, 2 fumbles, a pick, and a turnover on downs. 6:26 to go in the first half. Labette trails 47-0. Eudora with the ball, 1st down and 20 at the Labette County 47, fresh off of a hold call on the offensive line of the Cardinals. Here is a fake up the middle and a keeper. by Manley, and Manley is going to take it the distance. Manley cuts it inside the 5, and then there's going to be a block in the back as Kagan Bates was coming in to make the tackle, and they're going to call it on Matthew Majette.
Yeah, Kagan Bates drew it at the very end. That ref that was running down there didn't see that. He had already initiated contact with the receiver down the field, so it really shouldn't have been a block in the back, but the ref didn't see that. All he saw was Ken get shoved from the back. So that's why he threw the flag.
Wow. Hey, that goes to show Kagan Bates could have easily just, I'm not going to risk anything. I'm just going to stay out of this play. But he hung in there, and that drew the penalty. So good job by the freshman. So they're going to still give him the first down as the play happened, the penalty took place inside the 5-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 Eudora at the Grizzly 15 still after what felt like was a positive result. But that wing tee set again. Manley faked it to the man in motion, faked it to Lyles, kept it, and no Grizzly knew where the ball was.
Yeah, you give it 30 times, and the one time you pull it,
that's right.
What, it's a big gain.
Manley's going to roll out to the right side. It's an option. He'll keep it himself. Tried to be pulled down from the back side. Labette County is unsuccessful in doing so. Touchdown Eudora. That'll make it 53-0 with 6:10 to go in the first half.
Yeah, Shaplowski almost had him at the very end. So
it's such a dangerous offense.
Yeah, I mean, that one was just a rollout. And that quarterback has some serious mobility as well, as he was out there scooting a little bit on the outside, and he found his gap and just ran it.
Snap, hold, kick is good.
It's like a knuckleball he just kicked. You see that thing?
As that'll make it 54-0. As I'm just trying to see who the kicker is. I believe it's Gage Baumgartner for Eudora. Missed a few early, but has not missed since. 54-0 Eudora. We'll be back in 30 seconds on KLKC.
Everybody is different. Some get injured, while others simply wear down. Whether it's on the court, on the field, or at the gym, Labette Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team has the training and skill to repair, restore, and renew. We share the same goal, and together we'll write your comeback story. For more information about Southeast Kansas' leading orthopedic and sports medicine team, go to labettehealth.com.
Again, Jamal Jackson and Lawrence Holt. Ball's teed up at the left hash at the 40. As it's another pooch kick at the 30, and it'll be recovered by Labette County Eudora, thinking they're going to get one of those sooner or later.
Trying to find some scores for us. All right, so Coffeyville, as of 20 minutes ago, actually 5 minutes ago, they're up at halftime, 14-8 over El Dorado.
Coffeyville?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good ball game. Good for them.
Yeah, I know El Dorado escaped Independence last week in double overtime, 38-33. So it's a pretty good matchup out west.
As Coffeyville, who was so smoking hot earlier in the season, has lost 3 of their last 4. They lost to Fort Scott in double overtime last week. At Fort Scott, Holtzman steps back to pass. He's drilled! Pancake from the left and right side. Down he goes.
Oh.
And the flag flies late. We'll see who it's on. As, man, Eudora,
they've not been very
this will be the second unsportsmanlike conduct if it's on Eudora.
Yeah, I've not been impressed with the character that has been shown on the field by Eudora so far as
it's on Labette County.
Interesting.
But they're moving the ball forward.
I think he pointed in the wrong way.
I
think that's what happened.
The fans are confused now.
He told the ball spotter a different thing and went and pointed the other way. So he just got a little bit confused.
it was on Eudora. It'll be 2nd down and 2, maybe a long 3 for Labette. After the unsportsmanlike Holtzman, it's a pass again, steps up and is hit again, and he'll go down. Near the 34, it'll be 3rd down and about 7 for Labette County. As the front 7 for Eudora, and John, that's something that's happened with Labette throughout the season, is as the game goes on, the offensive line just gets more tired and more tired. And so, given recent games, it's only going to get worse. So Holtzman's going to have to get the ball out quick or run some dump-offs, some screens, some draws, anything to get behind this front 7 that's in the backfield so quickly.
Should be offside.
As the flag flies,
or a false start.
It was a give to Jackson.
Yeah, it's an offsides on the edge defender over there. I'll see if I can get a number for the folks at home. He's right next to Ham. I can't. He's standing sideways right now. I can't get the number. But anyways, the edge defender kind of creeped up and jumped the count a little bit too soon.
So that'll help out Labette County. It'll take it from 3rd and 7 to 3rd down and 2. As Labette County just needs, I'm not sure, they cross midfield yet, John?
No. You know what? I want to see us try to sneak one right here. I know that because the tackles are
Holtzman's going to take the snap and pitch it to the left side to Jackson. He's going to have nowhere to go. He'll lose 2 yards, and it'll be 4th down and 4 for Labette County.
Anyways, as I was saying, those tackles are so far apart, so they're not playing a true nose over at the center, so you can maybe find a little wiggle room in there to pick up 2 yards of Holtzman.
Sure.
That's what I was getting at.
4th down and 4 for the Grizzlies.
4:40 to go in the first half. Labette trails 54-0. As does... Oh, well, never mind. I couldn't remember if the running clock waits till the second half to start or what. As here's a give to the outside to Boyle. Boyle fumbles it, and they're going to say it is recovered inbounds. Turnover number 5 for Labette County as Boyle had the first down. It was peanut punched out from behind him as it was going out of bounds, but they're going to say that the Eudora defender had his body inbounds. Turnover number 5 for Labette. It'll be 1st and 10 Eudora near midfield. As that would have been Labette County, most likely their first possession across midfield.
Yeah, I know Boyle had an injury earlier in the season. He broke a pinky or something, and it kept him out. Like, he wasn't able to run routes or catch balls there for a little bit. So I wonder if that has something to do with him fumbling there, as he's always been pretty sure-handed and always thought to run to the ball really well.
1st and 10 Eudora at their own 47. 4:21 to go in the first half. Under center is Manley, and he held on to it way too long as he was looking for the receiver on the far side, Seals, who was wide open. Just a quick little kick out to Seals on the far right side and just threw it in the dirt at the 50.
Manley has struggled throwing the ball so far tonight. I don't know if he's always struggled this much, but it has not looked pretty for Eudora's passing game so far, to put it quite plainly.
As they have Lyles back in there at halfback behind Manley, who's under center as always. 4:18 to go, 10 seconds play clock. Ball is in the middle of the left hash. They'll give it to Lyles. Why not? He bursts forward across midfield to the 45-yard line. 3rd down and 2 coming for Eudora.
Nice tackle there by Roper Whitley. Came over to make the play, so.
Roper's one of those guys who's just shined to me this year on this Grizzly defense. As he's in there with some good players, man. As Cade Kernut got injured, but you've still got Tayton Claiborne. You still have Cody Hamilton, Hunter Shaplowski. Roper Whitley is right there, man. I mean, this Grizzly defense, the front 7 is good. Beyond that, they're young and still good, but the front 7's more seasoned, and, man, they can play some defense. 3rd down and 2. It's a fake to Lyles and a keeper for Manley. Well read this time by the Grizzly defense.
First down.
As the tackle's made by Tayton Claiborne, who is not big by any means, 5'9", 145 pounds. He's a freshman, and he plays right there in that front 5.
He's an aggressive linebacker.
Yeah.
I think we've played him at defensive end a couple of times, too.
Nose guard that one game.
Oh, yeah. They've played him all over the place. I mean, when you have his motor and stuff, you can play him at a lot of different places. As we're seeing something different from this Grizzly front, we're in a 52 set right now, so it's 5 down linemen and 2 linebackers with your 2 safeties and 2 corners. So usually we're always in like a 51 or something like that with extra D-back out there.
The run from Manley was good enough for a first down. They'll pitch it to Lyles. Nowhere to go this time. And there's the best defended run of the night for Labette County, as Lyles had the short side of the field to work with. And what?
He found some room on the sideline at the end.
It looked like he was just pushed out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
We're at a weird angle.
Yeah, thanks, John.
Honest.
Yeah, weird angle. I can't see anything, man.
Hey, whoa. I'm just saying.
I'm thanking you for helping me not look dumb there, because it looked like he didn't gain anything, but they give him 4. 2nd and 6, 4-yard run for Lyles. 2:13 to go.
Oh.
As the microphone was dropped or something, loud noise here in the arena, as they'll give it up the middle. Gain of 3.
Number 8, Errol Seaman, the ball carrier.
It was
Number 31, Hamilton.
Errol Seaman on the carry. 3rd down and 3 for Eudora. 1:50 to go in the first half. And, man, this has been a long first half. It's when the clock doesn't stop. Because in the second half, it's a running clock, right?
Yeah.
As when you score 54 points, if you're Eudora, the clock stops every time you score, every time Labette turns it over. I mean, it has just been a long first half.
Sorry, folks, I can't see the scoreboard.
Right now. You're in a bad position here. 90 seconds to go first half. Manley under center, give up the middle. He's met immediately, and then I think they're going to give him the first down. Gain of 4 or 3 to the 30.
Come on, help us out a little bit on the spot.
Roper Whitley in there again on the tackle.
All right. So, we're still seeing signs, though. I mean, we're stopping them. I mean, like I said earlier in the game, we're making them earn it now. We finally settled in, I guess, and we're just making stops. We're forcing them to get to 3rd down, but they're still finding ways to move the chains on us, and we've really struggled to fully stop them.
Yeah, as you're right, Chanute, it felt like, bam, they scored. Bam, they scored. Eudora, it's, you've turned it over 5 times, so, you'd think it was coming faster than it is. Here's another give up the middle. Short gain of 2. Labette County's defense has really picked it up here. Chris Stevens in there on the deck. Joe Page in there. Shaplowski. Gain of just 2 for the ball carrier with 35 seconds to go in the first half.
You got 35 seconds already? It was just 90, not that long ago. Sorry. I'm sorry. I can't see the clock.
3rd down and 8. Labette County's defense can get a stop here. Or is that 2nd down? Sorry. Yep, 2nd down and 8. My apologies. As Eudora's not really looking to score here, but if it's there, they'll take it.
Oh, there we go.
As here's a nice tackle around the left side. Barrett Heston on the tackle, as that'll bring our first half to a close. As I think that's the first possession Eudora hasn't scored. And Labette County's defense was saved by the bell, but they had a good defensive stand there to end the half. At the end of 1, Labette County trails Eudora 54-0. We'll take our 8-minute timeout and come back with our halftime show, brought to you by Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Gilmore, Newland, and Ray. So we'll talk to you for that halftime show here in 8 minutes on KLKC Parsons.
so hard to play offense. I mean, it's almost impossible because these guys are just driving them back and getting to Kendall so fast. So you can't really, when that happens, you can't really play offense. I mean, you're playing, I'm going to use a rugby term. When they shoot up like that, it makes it hard to get the ball out. So it kind of suffocates you almost. It's like a constrictor. You know, those ends crash in and it just chokes the life out of our offense.
Right.
So we're unable to do anything.
As you know, you look at the Eudora side of things and their quarterback, Cole Manley, who coming in had just thrown 42 passes. And tonight he's only thrown 9. And, you know, that's not their play style. You know, he's gone 4 for 9. So, you know, Kendall has gone 3 for 15. Yep. He went 4 for 9. One of them was for a touchdown.
Yeah,
they had a passing touchdown.
Out, yeah.
Yep. But it's been the main man, Octavius Lyles. He's just a 5'9" senior. You know, these little running backs, these 5'9", 5'10", 160, 170-pound running backs have just been a lot of fun to watch. We saw one last week, Ty Leedy, reminds me a lot of the Lyles tonight, but Lyles has near 20 carries in one half. He has multiple touchdowns. He's nearing, I believe, 20 on the season. He'll get there for sure. But how do you slow down Lyles? Because he didn't play as many snaps in the second quarter. And I'm curious to see how many of these Eudora starters that we see in the second half. So just talk about the concept of stopping the run, because it seems like for Labette County's offense to get going, we need some sort of momentum. And maybe the defense can bring that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get driven back as far as our defensive line has if you really want to truly stop the run in a sense. But if you want to ball them up for 4 or 5 yard gains, I mean, as a defensive lineman, you're getting driven back. You're just going to have to fall down. You're going to have to clean up. Let your linebackers be able to see where the ball is. So, I mean, if the defensive line's getting driven back to the linebackers, the linebacker has no room to go make a play, right? So, I mean, just fall down, let Cody, let Roper see where it is, allow them to go make a tackle, give your defense a chance on the next play. So, you know, not get driven back and be able to stand up to this Eudora rushing attack.
As there were a couple things switching over to the offensive side of the ball, where early on the first possession of the game, Labette County was a dropped pass away from having 1st and 10. It was around midfield, around the 45, 47-yard line. Boyle dropped a 12-yard little hitch route, whatever it was. Would have been a first down. So that was a big miss. You have a blocked punt. You have a fumble early. You have a rare interception, at least this year, from Kendall. So a few things where Labette County helped out Eudora a little bit. As you know, if you wanted to really fight hard for an argument, you could say that this game could be more so around 40-6 or 33-6 or something like that, or 33-8 if Labette County, because they've turned it over 5 times. One of those was a turnover on downs, if you want to count that. But Labette County is, and you could say Eudora forced those turnovers, but they've been uncharacteristic for Labette County, at least this year, you know. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, but we also haven't played a team as talented as Eudora, so. I mean, when you have guys that, as we saw earlier, peanut punching stuff that you see at higher levels, these teams do, and you're just not prepared for it, really. In all honesty, you can't prepare for stuff like that. Right. I mean, stuff's going to happen. I mean, the physicality you saw earlier. I mean, Chandler Henson just had the ball ripped right from him.
And he was holding on to it, too. Yeah.
So, I mean, you run into physicality like that and stuff, it's tough. It's tough being out there playing against these teams. It truly is. But
sure.
Like I said, this Jersey team hasn't been the same the past week and a half or so. As we saw last week, there's not enough juice out there, if that's the word you want to use. There's not enough energy, it seems like, guys. There's not really a sense of urgency in what we're doing.
John, if you want to try to find some updated scores from around the area, I'll read off our sponsors. Tonight's broadcast of Labette County Grizzly football is powered by Labette Health. You're listening to our halftime show brought to you by Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Gilmore, Newland, and Ray. Other sponsors for tonight's broadcast include Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, USD 506, The Corner Store, Day and Zimmerman, and SEK Orthopedic. John, do you have any scores from around the area for us?
I do. Pittsburgh is winning at halftime, 28-0 over KC Washington. St. James is winning over Bayshore Linwood, 21-0. Parsons is down at the half, 21-0 to Girard. Atchison is leading Fort Scott 28-0 at the half. And Chanute is winning 35-0 at half against Schlager, I believe is how you pronounce it. As I'll try to find it on here. I lost it, but
so teams from around the area are showing out. I know Coffeyville was leading, correct, earlier?
Yes,
14-6 or somewhere in the area of that, possibly. I remember you saying Coffeyville was on top.
I'll try to find it real quick.
So,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're okay. As the teams make their way on to stretch before the beginning of the second half, we'll go ahead and step aside for one more 2-minute timeout and come back with our finishing touches to our halftime show brought to you by Eye Care Associates of Parsons. And then what will be kickoff for second half action from Eudora. We'll talk to you soon on KLKC Parsons. To begin play in the second half. I believe it will be a running clock. I don't think the rule changes in the postseason, John, does it?
Nope. Well, there should be a running clock here on out. So, if you're the Grizzlies, seniors, this is your last 24 minutes of football. They'll probably get taken out a little bit before that. I don't know. I've been through it. A lot of other people listening have been through it. I mean, these guys just have to enjoy it. I mean,
That's right.
high school football is just something you will never get to relive. There's nothing quite like it.
That's right. That's right. As for the first time tonight, Joe Page gets to kick off to Eudora. It's caught at the 15-yard line. A good kick from Page.
Good tackle.
As the music is still playing. As I thought that usually they had to cut off the music by rule whenever play started. But, hey, I like it. Let it run through the kickoff. I'm fine with it. As the play is brought dead at the 34-yard line.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it was a nice play by Rupert Whitley on the kickoff to tackle him. Sorry, Jack, you just threw me off with that little bit there. I thought
it was like an NBA game. I don't know why you guys are...
I don't know. I thought it was the radio. I thought I was hearing it through the headset.
1st and 10 Eudora at their own 34. Probably the worst field position for the Cardinals tonight.
Oh, that's a big back they got back there.
Here's
now.
A toss around to the right side. I don't see Lyles.
21, Braden Spear.
Freshman.
5'11", 170 pounds. And he's every bit of a 170 pounds. So he's a big man back there.
It's something I've liked to see. I mean, I haven't liked to see it because it means that Labette's down by a lot. But when the other team brings in their backups, sometimes their secondary running backs or whatever seem like, not just as good, but they're going to be right there come their junior, senior years. Some of these backups are really lethal. As here's another toss to the right side to Spear, and he is bottled up for no gain. 3rd down and 5 coming for Eudora, as some of their JV players, or freshmen rather, Spear's a freshman, are getting some big-time postseason reps for their young football careers. As the clock does continue to run, 10-12 and counting to go in the 3rd quarter. Labette County starters still in on defense, of course. 3rd down and 5. Here is the snap. And another give, and it's wrapped up immediately. They're going to give him half a yard, maybe. 4th down and a long 4 for the Cardinals, and the Labette County defense gets to trot off victorious for the first time tonight. Or are they calling a fumble?
Either way, we'll take it.
Was there a fumble? As they're saying 1st down, Labette County. Isabel, did you see?
I think at the end, maybe Chris Stevens got his big mitt in there and just knocked the ball out.
As there was no reaction. There was no celebration from Labette County. There was no dismay from the Eudora sideline. It was just like the play was over and they moved it.
Yeah.
It wasn't 4th down.
I thought the return team was going to come on for a second.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 Labette County. So whatever that was, it worked out if you're a Grizzly fan.
Griffin Eaton.
Holtzman's going to let one fly. Griff Eaton catches it inside the 20 and has a man on his back to the 5-yard line, and that's where he'll be marked down. Griff Eaton across the middle of the field. That's where he makes his bank. 1st and goal, Labette County at the Eudora 5.
I hope he gets the records here in this half. As folks, if you don't know, Griffin is within 150 yards of our school record for receiving yards that Klein Ryan holds, and he's 2 touchdowns away from the touchdown record as well.
In a season or career?
Season.
That is remarkable, as there's going to be a false start called on the Labette County left tackle.
As Griffin's already broke his own record he set last year, which is like 50-something catches, which is ridiculous for a high school receiver to have. But he broke that last week, so he's just continuing to rack up the catches here tonight.
As hopefully we see a couple records broken. We need 2 touchdown catches and
100 more yards.
Around 100 more yards, especially after that pass, as there's another penalty before the play. Clock will keep running.
We'll get one of Griffin here. We'll pick up
was that a false start again?
Yeah. Pick up another 10 here.
So Labette County now is going to have to pass it 1st down and goal from the 15 after 2 back-to-back false starts on the Grizzly offensive line. Holtzman hands it off to Jackson, trying to get around the right side, cuts it in, and he'll be wrapped up after a gain of 3 or so. 2nd down and goal coming up, already the 7:30 mark in the second half.
He's just such a special player. I mean, you can just see it anytime he touches the ball. Anytime he cuts the ball back, you think he's going to score.
Holtzman drops back, pump fake, steps up in the pocket, and is ripped to the ground. He was tugged from the back of his shirt And the Eudora defender was able to pull himself closer within striking distance and make the sack happen. 3rd down and goal from the 20-yard line for Labette County.
So we've gone back negatively at least
15
yards.
2 false starts, a run, and a sack. So 3rd and goal from the 20. 6:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. Jackson the back to the left side of Holtzman. Ball's on the right hash. 1 receiver right, 3 left. And there's more movement before the snap. It'll be offsides on Eudora. So move it forward 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down or 3rd down and goal from the 15. As this is a crazy, weird possession.
Yeah, it's gone from a hike to Everest to a trip to St. Louis. A little bit closer for us, so it's always a good thing.
3rd down and goal. Holtzman steps back, steps forward, throws it across the back of the end zone. Eaton tried to spear it with his left hand, and it's incomplete. It'll be 4th down and goal from the 15 now for Labette, as Eaton might get another look here.
Yeah, he's got to get this one. This running clock is starting to move a little bit here, so if he's going to break a record tonight, he has to get it here on this play.
As Eaton hasn't had the targets that we would like him to have, but then again, Kendall Holtzman hasn't had the time we would want him to have to make it happen. He steps into this one, back in the end zone, it's caught! A flag flies, Matthew Boyle hauls it in for 6. Labette County's first touchdown of the evening comes late, or midway through the 3rd quarter, 5:30 left in it. And I'm assuming the flag is going to be on Eudora.
I don't know if they could get anything on Boyle. They may be talking about it right now, but so we'll wait and see as the White Hat has convened with his 2 other officials out there.
As it was 3rd and goal from the 20, this play was 4th and goal from the 15. He found Boyle in the back of the end zone. They're still talking about it.
They're bringing in the whole crew.
As, I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but mostly, my mind went to defensive holding prior to the pass or defensive PI, but it very well could be on Boyle. We'll just have to see what they...
I feel like if it was on them, they would just get a move on and...
Yeah, it's pass interference on Eudora.
Right. So I don't know why they... I don't know why they convened for if it was just pass interference or something, but...
So the touchdown stands for Labette, 54-6, 4:30 to go in the 3rd. They're going to line up and go for 2. It's Holtzman in the gun with Jackson offset to his right side. Here's the snap. A give to Jackson. Untouched into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. So Jackson finds paint, but it's the 2-point conversion. 54-8, Eudora on top. 4:12 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
For the 2nd time tonight, Joe Page has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line, and he will boot it away. It's an onside kick, a good one. Lands at the 50. Eudora recovers it at the 49 of Labette County. So Labette County's defense coming off of their first stop of the night. I guess you could count the stop before the halftime break, but that was more so due to the clock running out.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't try to kick it as the kicker in warm-up, so it's kicking it from about where they got stopped at 30-yard line or so. So he's got a decent leg to kick a 45-yarder.
As the clock ran that whole commercial break, so 2:30 to go already is just remaining in quarter number 3. Labette County trails Eudora 54-8 as Holtzman connected with Boyle on a 15-yard pass. Here's a toss to the left side. Not much going there for Eudora. Gain of about 5, maybe a long 4.
For Eudora. Cody Hamilton.
Yeah, Cody really wasn't even just Cody. I mean, there's a couple guys over there that held him up, and he came and finished them off. So this defense still rallying to the ball, still pursuing it really good. So still got to fight for this Grizzly defense. That's something you can always say about this team. So they're going to play to the end.
That's right. As I said that in the first quarter when they got down quick and early. They'll play all 4 quarters, and they have. Early movement again. Eudora clapping like it's on Labette County, but I think it's on Eudora, and it is a false start on the Cardinals.
On the Cardinals is the call.
So back them up 5 yards. Maybe some of these inexperienced offensive linemen not as familiar with the hard counts, jumping a little bit early, as there's been multiple false starts, honestly, on both teams here in this third quarter that is about to expire in just 70 seconds. Second down and 11 for Eudora. Nose of the football is right at midfield, left side, just to the left of the Cardinal head at midfield. Here is the snap. It's an option. A pitch right side. Beyond the right hash goes the ball carrier, tucks it in, and he'll make his way to the 45 of Labette County. We'll see who the beneficiary is of the 6-yard run. It's going to be Spear again. Roper Whitley in there on the tackle. He just continues to make plays happen. That's his 5th solo tackle of the night.
Yep, and he's just a sophomore. That's the best thing about it. We're going to have him the next 2 years. You can say about a lot of these guys. As I know we're graduating a decent amount, but a lot of these guys are only freshmen, sophomores outside of the seniors that we're playing.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize. I thought Roper was a junior. Roper, 2 more years of him. I mean, that's crazy. And you got Tayton Claiborne, just a freshman, as here's a quarterback keeper, makes his way to the 40 and is ripped down hard by Roper Whitley. Solo tackle number 6, short of the first down marker. 4th down and 2 for Eudora, as that will be the end of the third quarter from Eudora, Kansas. So Labette County's defense is making some hay on this Eudora secondary offensive lineup. 54-8 is the score. Labette County wins the third quarter by 8 points. We'll return in 60 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
In Wamego.
Fourth down and 2 for the Cardinals at the Labette County 41-yard line. Another big stop for the Labette County defense, as it will be a punt for the Cardinals. It's a low line drive, lands near the 15, and it is going to be picked up at the 7. A risky move from the punt returner, Kagan Bates. Freshman falls forward to the 8 or 9 yard line. They'll say the 9. So Labette County will get another crack at the end zone here on this offensive try. They'll have to go 91 yards to make it happen. 1st and 10 at their own 9. John, do you have some updated scores for us?
I do. Girard is up 28-0 at the end of the third over Parsons. Then Wellington is up 28-21 over Winfield. So a couple close games here, and that's all I got so far. I'll let you know if I see something else.
Thank you, John. We'll return to that in a moment. Hopefully Labette County can tack on another score before the end of this one, as this fourth quarter is going to fly by. Running clock is in effect. Kendall Holtzman, good protection from his offensive line, throws it over the middle, and it is just out of reach of Griffin Eaton, as if Eaton can haul that in, it's off to the races.
Interesting play design there, as he was the middle guy in that trips bunch over there. And Blackwood just kind of ran a go, and he just kind of ran a deep crosser in beneath him. kind of trying to drive that safety over to Blackledge, allowing him to slip under.
2nd down and 10 for Labette now. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Ball's in the middle of the field at the 9-yard line. Here is a give to Jamal Jackson. Has a hole, cuts left or right. Gains 4, 3rd down and 6 coming as Jackson's ran awful hard all night, John.
Yeah, we're starting to get little holes and creases there as we've seen all night. He finds a way to get through the hole quick and pick up 3 or 4 yards a pop.
3rd and 5 for the Grizzlies.
3rd and 5, 10 minutes to go in the game. The score is 54-8 Eudora. Holtzman back there with Jackson again to his right side. Ball's on the right hash now. Blackledge in motion, high snap. Holtzman takes it. He's going to hurl it deep down the left side. It's caught by Vincent at the 40. Vincent sheds a tackle. Vincent off to the races. Vincent at the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, LC Grizzlies. It's about an 85-yard touchdown for Trey Vincent, and Labette County tacks on another score here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, it's a good way to send out the seniors, you know, find a way to score, throw it to your senior Trey Vincent, let him do the rest.
As the corner that was on Trey tried to clip his heels and almost did right at the 50, about 5 yards from after he caught it, and he just couldn't get enough of Trey to bring him down, and it's tough to catch Trey, especially when you have a 20-yard disadvantage to begin with. 2-point conversion. It's another give up the middle, and this time he is bottled up immediately. I think it was Jamal again on the effort. Caleb Young on the stop, so that'll keep Labette County at 14 points. 54-14. Holtzman to Vincent, 85-yard touchdown. Will return in 30 seconds on KLKC.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Kraus in the house gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCradio.com.
Labette County with touchdown number 2 of the ball game, number 2 of the second half. As the kickoff is returned by Eudora, Wyatt Summers to his own 32-yard line. John, do you have a score update for us from Coffeyville, Kansas?
I do. It was 14-8 at halftime, but now at the start of the 4th quarter, it is 34-16 Coffeyville over El Dorado.
Man, Coffeyville putting on a show at Field Kinley. We hope they can continue that as we wish the best for the SEK in the playoffs. 1st and 10 at their own 32 for the Cardinals. 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the ball game. Wing tee set for the Cardinals offense. Nothing has changed since that second group came in. Here's a pitch out to the right side. Gain of 3 for the ball carrier. That is Spear again. 2nd down and 6 coming. They give him 4.
Yeah, I think Bradley Black was the one who made the initial tackle there along with Cody Hamilton. So I like Bradley. It's good to see him get in there and make a play.
As it looks like it's safety for Labette County. Malachi Dewey is in there, standing at the 50-yard line, as well as Nolan Arati's playing some corner here as well. So some different faces getting in for defense. As here's a give up the middle. Quarterback keeper. He'll keep it. He has open room to the 50. As, man, all the Cardinal fans just below us here in the press box could feel a touchdown coming.
Oh, yeah, I think
if he broke that tackle.
Yeah, we got some young guys in here, and one of the faces you're going to see over the next few years is Michael Reed,
yes.
Number 64, a big man. Along next to him is Number 63 Connor with Forge, 6 foot, 272-pound defensive tackle for us. So, I mean, we have some size coming up in these next coming years.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun Labette County team to watch, especially next year when you have that senior year of Holtzman in you. Here's another play blown dead. Flag flies. It's probably going to be a false start. As it is, back them up 5 yards. The Cardinals, 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Eudora by 40. It's 54-14. That'll back them up to the Labette County 45. 1st and 15 it is.
Yeah, you just hope these guys stick with it and really dedicate themselves in the weight room in the off season. Really putting the time in, you know. 'Cause, I mean, this Grizzly team is going to be special here in these next couple of seasons.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be, I mean, if you wanted to try to make a comparison, it's not a similar style, but the principle of the improvement and being young, you could compare Labette County to Coffeyville of late, as Coffeyville was one of the forces to be reckoned with this year. As a run to the line of scrimmage, Eudora has gain of 5, 3rd down and 10 coming as Joe Page rips him to the ground, or 2nd down and 10 rather. But, yeah, I mean, Coffeyville was one of those teams who was really struggling like us. They were so young. They had the talent. And now look at them. You know, about to win a playoff game, hosting one. Could have, I mean, almost had the SEK championship right there as they took Chanute to the wire at Field Kinley. So we hope that Labette County can kind of replicate what Coach Wade has done at Coffeyville in the next couple years. 2nd down and 10 for Eudora. Quarterback option again. Loses the football. It's on the deck. We'll see who they give it to. Labette County signaling that they have it. And they do. As Labette County's defense forces turnover number 1 on Eudora tonight. And Labette County might be able to pound one more in the end zone with 3:45 to work with.
I think Jarman got that fumble.
Did our man Jarman get it?
I think Jarman got the fumble. Atta baby. Number 10, Matthew Jarman in on the fumble recovery.
You're kind of a Jarman fan club, aren't you?
I am. I love the Jarman twins. Some good kids.
I love it. As we have a timeout, Eudora with 3:25 on the clock. So Labette County starters still on the field. Eaton, Boyle, Holtzman, Jackson, all those guys still on the field. 3:25 to go. Ball is near midfield. Will return in 30 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
As we missed one play during the break, it just took place. Griff Eaton on a long pass from Kendall Holtzman all the way to the Eudora 28-yard line. About a 35-yard pass from Holtzman to Eaton. So if Eaton catches a touchdown from right around here, he's really flirting with those two records you mentioned earlier.
They're on a post with them right here.
Holtzman really takes the snap. He's looking to the left side. He'll throw it across the middle. Griffin Eaton. It is caught. Touchdown, Griffin Eaton. Touchdown catch number 12 on the season. He needs one more touchdown catch. I don't know if it's doable with 2.5 left in a running clock, but Griffin Eaton's doing everything he can to make it happen. But regardless, the season that he has had, if you were to try to guess, if you didn't know this Labette County team, which receiver had all the numbers that he does, you might not select Griffin Eaton just looking at him, but he is a heck of a wide receiver. Holtzman takes the snap on the 2-point conversion and gives it to Jamal Jackson, who pounds his way into the end zone. So Labette County scored 3 times in the fourth quarter and gotten the 2-point conversion in the hands of Jamal twice. 54-22 with 2 minutes and counting to go as Griffin Eaton connects with Kendall Holtzman from, it was about a 21-yard pitch and catch. That is fun to watch. I'm going to miss seeing that.
Yeah, Griffin Eaton is such a special player. I mean, all these seniors, I mean, they're all key contributors for this Grizzly team. I mean, they're really crucial, but I think what they've done really nice job of here at Labette County is set the foundation for these younger guys coming in.
Sure.
You know, they've shown them how to work hard in the weight room and stuff like that, shown them what to do, what not to do, obviously, as we've struggled this year. But I mean, they've really just set the foundation for this team going forward. Not much more you can ask for out of the senior class. I mean, they've done it.
That's right. That's right. They absolutely have. As Joe Page is going to kick it off more times tonight than he probably would have guessed at the halftime break. Kickoff number 4 of the night for Joe. 54-22. Just 50 seconds remain in Labette County's 2022 fall football season, as they will fall to Eudora of what looks like to be a score of 54-22 as Page kicks it off. A great kick, and it's caught at the 20, and then Labette County's going to fall on it. It's going to be first down Labette County at the Eudora 35-yard line. As it landed at the 20, and the Cardinal return man tried to jump on it, or tried to grab it, and it hit the ground, bounced off his chest, but the clock is still running. So Labette has 23 seconds and counting. They're running onto the field. 20 seconds, 19 seconds, 18. Holtzman tries to get it off. 15 seconds. He gets the snap. Here we go. Labette County, 1st and 10. Holtzman is going to hurl it, looking for Eaton, and it is caught.
Give it to him.
Oh, they're going to say incomplete.
Come on.
We've got to give that to him.
His foot was in.
I think he drug that right foot.
Yeah.
As Coach Price is going to call a timeout with 2 seconds on the clock. So Labette County is going to get one more play in. So the light is not out yet. In terms of the game, yes, it's been out for a while. But
we need this record.
They can score again.
We need this record. Griffin needs this record.
It's weird to think that this score could be 54-30 here in about 2 seconds.
We don't care about the score right now, Jack. Griffin Eaton needs this thing record. All right, this record is a pretty big one, as it's pretty high up there, and it may not get broken for a couple of years.
As it's shaped up perfectly. I mean, Eudora turns it over for the second time in 2 possessions on a fumbled kick return that wasn't even ever handled by a Cardinal. So if Griff Eaton can haul this in, as he's in the slot on the right side, there's nobody on Griffin Eaton. Oh, that's Trey Vincent, pardon. Holtzman takes the snap, rolling out. He'll hurl it, and it is going to be tipped in the air and incomplete. So that will do it. He was looking for Trey Vincent, but at least that was somewhat of an exciting finish to the season, as Labette had one more chance than they thought they were going to get. As Holtzman is going to finish the game with 3 touchdown passes. As he really struggled in the first half, he just went 3 for 15, threw a pick, and only had 7 yards. It was a much different story in the second half as Labette faced that secondary unit from Eudora. Final score 54-22.